Yeah, that kid's never going swimming again.
All right, that's an official callback. Yeah, it's a little early, but yeah, it is a distinctly separate bit.
It's the Stand-Up Teardown, conducting comedy autopsies. The Stand-Up Teardown now.
Hello, all you crazy cats and kittens out there in pod person land. Welcome back to another episode of Stand-Up Teardown. I'm your host, Sean Fau, and joining me as always is my lovely co-host, Mr. Matthew Ballek.
Please clap.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. It's great to be here, as always, coming at you with three different stand-up comedians. Three specials we'll be sampling and reviewing today. On the docket, we have Sam Tallent, Nick Swardson, and Dan Soder. See if I'm getting all those correct. Some of these are somewhat familiar names. Some of these I've not heard of before. Any of these ringing any bells for you, Sean?
The only one I know is Nick Swardson, the Adam Sandler adjacent guy. But fair warning, he was recently on an episode of Fly on the Wall that I listened to. So I assume Dana Carvey and why do I always forget it? David Spade references are incoming.
Dave Spade.
Yeah, the double D's. For some reason, I've just been listening to their podcast a lot lately. So yeah. I don't know.
Did you hear the episode with Dusty Slay? There was a reference to Jeff Foxworthy, so just calling it back.
Oh, no.
For any Jeff Foxworthy updates?
Right, nothing new in Foxworthy corner for me. But yeah, once I get the update from Fly on the Wall, maybe we'll have a new news segment on that's Foxworthy.
Yeah, well, keep your ears to the ground. Keep us posted on the Foxworthy updates. But yeah, shall we jump to our first comedian of the evening or day?
Sounds
Sam
good.
Tallent.
Hopefully he's got it.
Ooh, knew it was coming.
Yeah. Any background in this guy? Do you know anything about him? Or?
I know nothing, and the usual Google searches give you like the storyteller, irreverent comedy, observations. So a lot of the same stuff you'd expect that's comedy.
Yeah. It seems like all copy and paste. This guy talks about things on stage with a microphone. All right.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm flying blind.
I'm drinking as well. Miller Lite, everybody? Yes. No more Bud Light for me. After what they did? After what they did to us, the valuable consumers?
Political comedy already. And
yeah, it's getting right into it. No easing in.
I guess I hesitate to say we have a right-wing comedian here after less than a sentence, but we are
based on the glasses.
Well, no, just based on the anti-Bud Light thing because of the whole hullabaloo about that a few months ago with Dylan Mulvaney and whatnot.
Yeah, it could be misplaced anger, misplaced rage,
but it also could just be a setup for aren't these right-wingers retarded? So, let's see where he goes though. But yeah, just based on the look, I'm guessing he's a right-wing comedian. We'll see.
God, I get so distracted whenever I think about Bud Light. When I think of that trans woman, I get so fucking hard.
Yep.
A lady with a dick? Finally, a gal you can trust. Finally.
Yeah, definitely the role reversal there, and negating everything I said to begin with. So yeah.
See, I love him even more.
Anything that proves me wrong is great in your book.
Exactly.
Points.
Woman
who it. She understands the struggle of hanging one. Oh yeah, God. You seen these trans women?
Hanging one.
Oh yeah. You left a couple.
Can we do that one more time? Can we do that? I missed it because it was my comment. Was it, have you seen these trans women? Is that
seen
was
these
the
trans
line?
women? Oh, yeah. You left a
What is
couple
up
of
with these camera guys, by the way?
That's
are they
why I
seen
stopped
during out on this focus?
That is I'm assuming it's just like having a couple of buddies film your shoot, not necessarily a professional, but it is a fucking whole hour. So I don't know, maybe they're just trying to be creative, but I'm assuming they just suck and we're gonna have to deal with this for the whole thing.
Okay.
Windows open, didn't you, brother? Oh, yeah. These trans women got the peak of sexy science behind them. No one's hornier than scientists. And now they got real girl dolls they can decorate with huge fucking dumpers. Just humongo asses and juicy tits. If you can't get hard for trans women, you are gay. That is on you. You are a homosexual. I wish my wife had a dick. I got one of these analog ladies. She's got her sweet little velvet mitten. Boring. Give me a meaty crank up front. I want something I can hold on to as I'm pounding away.
Trying to think of the name, but who was the guy that was Erlich Bachman on Silicon Valley?
TJ
Miller. Yeah. He's giving me very TJ Miller vibes. He's just like that forceful word presentation that he's got to him, and like that weird sort of twisted version of what is the norm of reality sort of thing.
I could see that. Yeah, he's got some like all caps.
Yeah.
Portions of his delivery for sure. And yeah, just a little bizarro.
Yeah.
Also, like, yeah, anything to get some of these visuals out of my head. So into the next bit.
Crawl into her like handicapped people get into a hotel bathroom, you know? That's what it's like. That's it. It's just blowjobs and anal forever? So every day's my honeymoon? Give me all of that. I'm feeling some pushback from this side of the room. Think about it this way, fellas. You're banging your girlfriend, and you know that the whole time, when you're done, you can finally play a competitive game of Madden.
His looks to the crowd always get a good reaction too. So
it is, but it's like, I feel like if we were to take this whole special and like analyze it by time, 30 to 40% would be audience laughter. Like, I feel like he's using a lot of the audience to fill the gaps in maybe not a lot of material. I don't know. Yeah. I feel like there's too much laughing for what's going on.
Okay, yeah, well, this is certainly a 2-drink minimum show. And this is about like a late night audience, so they're primed and ready.
Yeah, a more rowdy crowd that's going to be more open to the blue comedy as well. Not blue collar, but blue, totally.
Subject
different.
matter, yeah, which I think is why it's hitting a bit harder for this crowd too. They're like, what? Sure.
Late night dick and fart jokes, how can you go wrong?
Classic.
And don't get me started on trans men. Oh, I gotta fuck my buddy and his pussy? You mean the perfect crime? You can leave your beanie on, brother. Oh, this is so much better than the first show last night. They didn't know what kind of buzzsaw they were walking into.
Interesting way to do the credits. Knowing a little bit more about the YouTube algorithm these days, just starting right off into it and then getting to the credits. That seems like a good idea.
Ooh, smart algorithm play.
That's my guess based on what we've been dealing with for the last few weeks here, but that's a whole other issue.
Smart move by Zach with a Q.
A lot of life alerts went off at that show. But you guys are young, you're active, you're virile. I like that. But that first show last night, God, I hope whatever bus takes them back to their fucking... whatever sober living community they came from. I hope that vehicle rolls. Oh, yeah, and I hope the windows are open. I don't want the smoke to take them. I hope the fire melts their bones. Not you guys. I love you guys. What a fucking relief. God damn. I know I started horny. Guess what? I like it. I don't know why I did jiggled around like that, but it felt good. I am so fucking horny, guys. I am. I haven't seen my wife in 5 days. I cannot wait to see her on Monday, cut off her bra, say, "Release the pigs." Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, boys. Uh-huh. It is a spectacle when I get a hold of those things. She's great. She's sweet and funny and generous and kind and nice, but God, also just huge. Absolutely crippling pear on her. She cannot sleep on her back. She will drown. It would look like she was choked to death by a man without fingers. Just...
So far, he's okay-ish, but the production on this special is just driving me nuts. This camera work is
in your face.
Oh my God. Like they have like one camera on a tripod that's centered and that's like an okay shot, but then like the other two side shots they have are like handheld and out of focus and jittery and fucking just annoying the fuck out of me. But yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know why it's always out of focus when they cut to it. Like you can't just hold it.
I assume the operator has it on autofocus, which is part of why I assume they're amateurs and not like a professional crew. He just got his buddies to do it. But yeah, it's annoying.
The ringless
Yeah,
rapist.
beyond that, even I would say, yeah. I mean, it's not a lot of LPMs yet, other than just sort of like the awkwardness of the situation he's setting up, I guess.
Yeah, well, like you kind of said, it seems like a lot of his laughs are coming just from like his face mugging to the audience after a joke. Like, oh, he must have said something funny there. I'll laugh now. Like it's more comedy than laugh comedy. Like, but he's trying to sell it as like gut busting. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
X again. It's tough. He leaves no fingerprints. You can't track him. God, I love her. We like to engage in the sacred act of intercourse. Our favorite place to do it? Bed and breakfast. You have not had sex until you fucked in a room where an old couple's son OD'd. Oh, I'm sorry, this side of the room. That's the business model, my bad. Dakota had a pill problem, they've still got a mortgage. Go fuck in the race car bed. Try not to come on the corn poster. We haven't touched his room since we found his body, so get in there. Don't worry, we won't be one floor below you just staring at the ceiling all night. Don't worry. Oh, he's gonna need a coconut water, Gerald. Also, shout out to coconut water. I've always said water doesn't taste enough like cum.
Okay joke. I'll give him points on the transition. That was a smooth derailment into the next bit there, but
The coconut water joke?
yeah. It works, and it was like on topic, but still, like, again, it feels like most of his laughs are coming from his facial expressions more than his actual jokes. The staring at the ceiling bit and whatnot, like that's funny, but it's all physical and no no substance, I guess.
Yeah, I think he's just getting a lot of the laughs still off of the like, can you believe this guy has sex? kind of thing.
Certainly, yeah, that is a big part of it as well.
My big issue with water. I always say that. My wife says, quit saying that. Stop. Coconut water figured it out. They nailed the taste of load with the viscosity of jizz. They put it in one $8 can, and I'm grateful. I am. I need it. I need it. I'm huge. I'm fucking really big. You're petite, I'm massive. Same species. Doesn't make any sense, because you're so little. I'm so much of a man. Is anyone in here bigger than me? Brutal. Nobody. The fuck? I gotta get it together. No one in Cincinnati is bigger than me. Fuck, I don't know if you've ever been the largest mammal indigenous to a comedy club. But it is lonely. I'm a man. I know I'm up here in my ivory castle. You know, thank God I got fucking 5 inches of clearance on you guys. Or else how would you see me? I know, but look, I can come down there. I'll come down in the fucking pig hollow. Look. Look at that. I'm a man. I bleed blood. I come jizz. Once I came blood. So that's what I get for being hard in a revolving door. You don't like me this close.
What's that?
I just said no to that.
Yeah. They have the appearance of jokes, but they're mostly it's just morning zoo shock jock humor sort of stuff. Like
It does have a little man cow Muller vibe to it. Yeah, I definitely feel uncomfortable.
yeah, I think that's part of the laughter as well, though. Like, it's that, we've talked about before, the comedian sort of, the whole goal is to make the audience uncomfortable and make the other comics laugh. So, like, I feel like this is kind of bordering on that. I don't know that I'd necessarily call him a comedian's comedian, but he definitely has that disdain for the audience that is necessary.
Yeah, a good, I'd say, late night drinking comic kind of a vibe.
Yeah, definitely more of a touring comic than a stadium comic. But
It's for you. I'm gonna go back up there so you feel safe again. All right. I'll return to my tower. That's good. I do, by the way, if you are thirsty later, I do lactate. All right. I can breastfeed. I can breastfeed anyone in here. It doesn't taste good. It tastes like horchata with a ramen seasoning packet in it.
Gross.
It's the shrimp flavor. How does that make it worse? As if I said it was the beef flavor, you'd be like, let me latch, uppy. No. No, you would not. This is going so well. We were in Louisville on Wednesday. Yeah. I don't know what happened to that city, but we gotta finish the job. We gotta go in there and just burn it to the ground, all right? What's going on with you? Is a funnier comedian texting you? What's happening? You got Cat Williams on the horn?
Cat Williams would be funnier. I don't even give him a little bit longer.
I liked one aspect of Louisville. That horse track is fucking gas. It's very good. I experienced Paris syndrome. I really fell in love. We were there at sundown. We saw the Fucking dying light hit the rafters. It was really transcendent. I have Churchill Down syndrome. You guys can have that joke. I can't take that anywhere else. That was.
Yeah, that's the issue. He's doing like local humor for a fucking a special, essentially. Like, I don't know anything about Louisville, and he didn't set it up for anyone that's not in that room, I think.
Yeah, I like the Churchill Down syndrome. It's like a funny wordplay joke and everything, but yeah, I don't know. He's just maybe he's just not my type. Like, he's funny. He definitely is like good on stage and everything, but just sort of like the shock kind of comedy is just not. I don't know. It's not catching me with a lot of laughs, but
yeah, it's like all presence
engaging.
and no. Yeah, it's all presence and no like craftsmanship, and like it just feels like, lowest common denominator, late night shock humor. That just, I don't know. We're filming this one early, so maybe it's just not landing this early in the morning. But
yeah, maybe, yeah, exactly, timing wise. But yeah, I could see like catching a clip of him like on a topic that I care about, like having a good run, or like seeing that and be like, oh yeah, who is this guy? But from like a so far special perspective, like it's not setting me up to like want to hang on the whole time.
yeah, speaking of which, I'm going to say let's move on here. Who do we got up next?
I believe up next, if the list is correct, should be a comedian we've probably all heard of and seen in some form or fashion, Nick Swardson.
You are correct, sir.
What is it, Adam Sandler alum, if you will.
Yeah,
Reno 911.
yeah,
Groupie is, certainly been in a lot of, I can't even remember the names of these movies. And look at that, exactly what you would expect him to be wearing on stage.
The quintessential frat boy.
Yeah.
San Jose, motherfucker! So, this is a great weekend because it's a special taping. It's also my birthday. Yeah. My birthday. Yeah, I'm turning 47. Yep, still dressed like this. Don't care. I look like a roadie from Limp Bizkit.
It's not wrong.
Right? Yeah, he dresses it at least because he has shorts on a special. It's a bold move.
That, yeah, very much so. Especially in like, he's in a pretty decent sized theater. It's not like a little basement room or something. Like
those historically get pretty chilly.
True.
Is that what you're talking about?
No, I was just thinking more like the casual atmosphere versus more of a, formal presentation atmosphere where, like, if you show up to a late night comedy set in a dank basement and some random comic jumps up there in shorts, you don't really think much of it. But like, you hire a babysitter and bought tickets and went downtown to the theater and, want to see your favorite comedian and he shows up in shorts. It's a little, although I guess if you're a Nick Swardson fan, you're not really expecting him to be full on, ties and tails and shit. But
yeah, this is a privilege that he's earned from being in so many Adam Sandler movies.
I guess, yeah, that's the uniform.
To bare legs on a special.
I mean, not that we're a fashion podcast here, but those are some pretty white fucking legs to be showing off in those bright lights there, but we'll see.
It's like wearing a watch or something that reflects light. Like anything that's distracting from the comedy is usually not good, but we'll see. Hopefully there's no close-ups.
I don't care. Yeah, your 40s are weird. A lot of people are like, dude, you're 40? How do you deal with that? And I'm like, here's what you do. You hang out with the elderly. My entourage, my grandma and her friends, yeah, they're in their 90s, dude. You don't feel old around them. Like when I turned 40, I had a panic attack. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it, I'm 40. Around them, they're like, what? All right. You're just a child. You're still a child. And I'm like, yeah, I'm still a child.
Like,
But I feel bad for them.
He just said like what it was and then just acted it out. Like,
Yeah, no real
like,
jokes there. Just the presence again.
yeah, he's getting laughs on it, and everything. But yeah, so
Yeah.
I'll just like make the face and a voice, and just so far, I'm like, all right.
Well, that's the Sandler school of comedy, isn't it?
Is it?
I mean, that's a lot of what Sandler was doing. Like, just, mug into the camera, make a stupid voice, and do some flailing about, and everyone laughs. Like, don't get me wrong, I was a fan of Sandler. Like, I had a couple of his albums as a kid, but like, there is a specific sort of, it's more of an energy than a craftsmanship.
Yeah, I could see that. Also, yeah, shout out to the Sandler albums; those are great.
Yeah, he's decent. I was always surprised at like what an actually good singer he is too, that he busts out on some of those albums. Like, dude actually had some pipes, but like, he was just ridiculous about it.
Hot take.
Indeed.
Like when they turn 90, they don't have anybody making them feel better. Like they don't have a friend that's like 150 to tell them that, you know what I mean? When they're like, I can't believe it. I am 90. They don't have a 150-year-old friend like, that's a hard joke to open with because it's wicked painful physically on every level.
He gave more energy on that act out than he got back.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I think that one, that might be a room size issue too, because that's a very like, you need to be in a close up to really sort of have that physicality play. And if you're in too big of a room, the people in the back just don't really get the whole feeling of it or the whole vibe of what's actually being presented there. So like, seeing it at home, they throw it to a close up and it's a little different impact than if you're actually in that room. Like the closest person to him is like, 10, 15 feet away. So you're, not seeing that like tight physicality.
Yeah. Also maybe just like the reminding people of their mortality at the start of a show is maybe not the best way to get that mood going.
Interesting. Yeah. Good point.
But you guys are awesome. So you get older, you try to maintain, try to work out. Try. So I'm like, what's a good workout? I'm like, swimming. So I go to the pool at my gym. There's a sign by the pool. And this is a real sign. And it said, if you've had active diarrhea in the last 14 days, don't get in the pool. And I'm like, okay, I guess I can never go swimming again. 14 days without diarrhea. 14? I have diarrhea every other day for sure. Not even a question. To the point where I'm worried if I don't. Like if a solid turd leaves my body, I'm like, what the fuck is that? Why is my asshole not spraying out hot chocolate like an angry dragon? That's what I'm used to.
Yeah, that's not a punchline unless he screams it.
Yeah, true.
It is, again, all physicality here. Nothing, very much lacking in craftsmanship.
Yeah, active diarrhea? Why do they have to say that? Whose diarrhea is lazy? Not this guy. Yeah. Other comedians have talked about that sign, but mine's the best one. Yeah, no, because I'm the Tom Brady of diarrhea. Yeah, you can't top my diarrhea joke, so walk away. Walk away. So speaking of diarrhea, I hope everybody had a good Christmas.
Now that's a hell of a transition. Fuck.
It's not close to Christmas, but this happened during Christmas. So let's just pretend that it just happened. So anyway, long story short, Merry Christmas. So this Christmas, I decided this. I'm like, I'm not gonna get gifts from my friends and family. So what I did was I joined an organization where you could adopt a family that was on hard times and pay for their family to have a nice Christmas. And that's what I did. Yeah, that's my time. No, I'm kidding. So I adopted this family and it was awesome. And the kids would make lists of things they really wanted. And I'll never forget, this kid was 12 years old. His high priority gift that he wanted for Christmas was a gift card to Taco Bell. Yep. And I thought that was adorable that he's that young and smokes that much weed. Yeah. But he didn't say how much he wanted the gift card for. So I was like, what if I got this kid a gift card to Taco Bell for $10,000? Yeah. That kid's never going swimming again.
All right, that's an official callback. Yeah, it's a little early, but yeah, it is a distinctly separate bit. I did look up the definition of callback, and there's no specificity about it. It's just like referencing a previous joke. But for the purposes of our show, I'm declaring that it has to be a completely separate bit at the very least.
I'll allow it.
So my friends try to eat healthy. They eat the Impossible Burger. Do we know that one? Yeah, have you had that cat food on a bun? Yeah, it's cat food. Yeah, it's not real. And they swear by it, my friends. They're like, do you understand? It looks just like a burger. And it tastes just like a burger. But it's not. I'm like, okay, I want to use that theory. I want to go up to some people to party with a handful of white powder. And I want to be like, hey, you want to do some cocaine? And they're like, no, I don't do cocaine. I'm like, it's not cocaine. It looks just like it, doesn't it? It's not, it's impossible cocaine. And they're like, all right, I'll try it. I'm really high. Yeah, I know. It's crystal meth. Yeah. You're gonna be high for like a week. Have fun. Ride that out.
Is that what it's like?
I mean, yeah. From everything I know about the Hitler documentary yeah.
About Impossible Burgers?
No, I was talking about meth. Yeah, I don't think Hitler was big on the Impossible Burgers. But, oh wait, no, he was a vegetarian.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, fuck. But yeah, I've never imbibed an Impossible anything, so I can't speak with any specificity there. I just the entire concept just fucking eludes me. Like this is a whole separate rant, but like literally if you are a vegetarian or a vegan or whatever, like why are you trying so hard to make the food that you want to eat look like the food that you don't want to eat or taste like the food that you don't want to eat? Like I don't know, just eat the shit you want to eat. Like don't trick other people into fucking fuck you people. God damn it.
Again, I try to work out, can't go swimming. I talked to my friend John the other day. I go, hey, what are you up to? And he goes, nothing. Just got back from the gym. I go, oh, how was that? And he goes, weird. Which is a weird response, right? And I go, why was it weird? And he goes, I'm in the locker room. There's this elderly man walking around naked. He has balls around super low, just walking around naked. Just super old man balls. And I go, okay. And he goes, well, that's weird. And I'm like, no, it'd be weird if he was in like a Walgreens or something. He's in a locker room at the gym. You know what's weird? You're telling me about this. Let the old man shower. He's just walking around. My friend John's like, no! No! No balls! Not here! Not now! What the hell? Yeah, his balls are low. You wanna know why? Because he's wise. Yeah, the lower a man's balls are, the wiser he is. It's like rings on a tree. Why do you think wizards wear robes? Their balls trail behind them, gathering treasure from around the Shire, casting genital spells.
That was the closest thing to like a crafted joke he's had so far, I think.
Agreed. Yeah. I'm like, that's not bad. Okay. That was like a legit joke, like turn there.
Yeah, an actual premise and like a payoff, but
Yeah.
not gut busting for sure, but at least like we're in the territory of jokes rather than just mugging in energy and screaming. Although again, Sam Kinison made an entire career out of that, and it fucking is hilarious. So, but he actually was screaming well-crafted jokes, so that was a whole other issue too. But,
Yeah, double whammy when it comes to Kinison. But this, I feel like it's an audience of people that sort of know what they're getting into, or are fans of Nick. So it's not like there's probably a ton of people coming in blind.
Yeah, I doubt a lot of people are just showing up like this. It's definitely easier to play to your fan base than it is to just try and win over a crowd. I think that might actually be part of the problem with the established comedians, is that they especially in like a special like this, they don't feel like they have to win over the audience because the audience that showed up is already with them, but like not necessarily realizing that they're taping the special for the people that aren't there, and those are the people that they need to like bring in. Like there's this weird juxtaposition of like playing to the room or playing to the people at home, and like what's more important. I feel like too many comedians, especially in their specials, are playing to the room rather than, the camera, which is a mistake for that, type of comedy essentially.
Yeah, I certainly see this. Like if you're a Nick Swardson fan, you'll enjoy this special thus far, but it's not going to like change someone's mind and be like, I need to be keeping my eye on Nick Swardson, see what he's doing. I'm not seeing anything like clippable yet. I know we're early in the special, but I kind of like take it as read almost.
Yeah, I mentioned it before, but he was on Fly on the Wall that I was listening to, and he's one of those guys that's trying to do like put out an entire special a year or whatever. So like, he's apparently, at least in the last couple of years, I don't know if he's been consistent about it, but like he was saying he just finished one special and he's working on the next, and trying to get it out before the end of the year or something. And like, yeah, there's something to be said for the tenacity of trying to do that, but like I feel like we're seeing the product of a lesser comedian trying to do that. You're just throwing out anything rather than really honing jokes over a period of time and making sure that like your entire special works. Like, someone like Dave Chappelle can put out a special every year and it's pretty solid all the way through. But like, if you're not at that level and you're just trying to put things out, like you're going to have a lot of, filler material that we're seeing here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting. I didn't know that he was kind of going for the special a year cadence or whatnot, but maybe that'll start to benefit by the next 2 or 3.
Yeah. It's a worthy ambition, but I feel like it opens the door to lowering the bar on, the jokes you allow in the special, because you're just trying to make sure that you fill an hour within a year. But, let's give him a little bit longer here.
Show some respect. If that happens to me and I'm an elderly man and I'm naked in the locker room and someone's disrespecting my jennies, I'm gonna take my balls and I'm gonna attack. Just And then that motherfucker's got to go into work on Monday. They're like, Rick, how'd you get a black eye? He's like, it's not. It's a sack eye. I disrespected the elderly.
He liked his own joke too much there.
Yeah, just the rhyme for black to sack eye is not even, didn't even make sense.
I mean, I get it in the wordplay sense, but it's just, yeah, it's kind of lowest common denominator, low hanging fruit of comedy, sort of like it feels like a joke you tell at work while, standing around smoking cigarettes or something. It's not, again, it might come into the trying to put out too much in too short a time, but I feel like the bar is just kind of low. Like
agreed. Yeah. Ooh, nicely done. Can't top that. Well, should we move on, or are we gonna be? As we let him move on from?
Like, I want to give. I feel like there's something, but like, like I want to like him more than I do. Like I liked him more before we started watching this than now. Like
an underdog moment.
Kind of like his. I do. Grandma's Boy is a great movie. It's like one of the few Sandler movies that doesn't actually have Sandler in it, and it stars Swardson, whatever his name is, and like it is a solid movie. So like that is kind of my threshold coming into this for like my opinion of him. But yeah, as a stand-up, I'm not feeling it as much as I would want to. I want to give him one more beat here. Let's see.
All right, let's see.
Yeah, God bless the elderly. Yeah, we have it so much easier. They didn't have sexting growing up. Yeah, we have sexting. Throughout history, they didn't have that. Yeah, right now, you're horny, you fucking hit up an ex, here's my fucking dick. Yeah, how's your afternoon? I don't know. Jenny's! Yeah, imagine being horny in medieval times. Let me take you back. As one of the #1 Razzied actors ever. Razzies are the anti-Oscar. I've been nominated 9 times. Yeah. And I'll keep going. So anyway, imagine being in medieval times and you're a horny guy on your castle and you're like, ah! I'm so horny right now. I wonder what Guinevere's up to. She's so beautiful. And they would have to take a note and be like, my dearest Guinevere, you are a vision of a sunrise. Draw a picture of your tits. And they had to tie it to a raven. Hurry, raven! Find her castle! Make sure the picture's good! For the love of God! Then weeks go by, his dick's ripped off. Yeah, we've got it easy. Jenny's!
Yeah.
Lifesaver callback.
Indeed. I don't even want to give him credit for that callback because it's more of like a runner at that point.
Yeah, just a fun, not even a funny turn of phrase, but yeah, I feel like he was just not bailing, but he didn't get the response that he wanted from that bit. So he's like, I'll throw in one more callback to get some sort of close on that.
Yeah. What's something I can yell?
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, well, who do we got up next?
All right. Up next is, I think it's Dan Soder. Hopefully I'm getting that correct. I've heard his name. I've maybe seen a clip or two floating around on Instagram or one of those clip talk kind of platforms. But I can't say I've watched a full set of his, but I hear good things. He's a pretty strong stand-up writer. So excited to give it a shot.
I want to be fun dumb. You ever seen people that just have it where they're just like, you ever seen someone with the right amount? Where you're like, damn, you have it. It's all green lights for you. That's what I want, dude. Turn the lights down. Just barely. Just one more. turn the lights down one. Not too. I don't want to be so dumb I can't live alone. I'm not. I'm not trying to burden a family member, but I just want to enjoy. Like, I would love to walk in a room and see a Fast and Furious trailer and be like, they're going faster. Like, fucked up. Like, wow.
Weird juxtaposition. Like it's almost the same. It's energy more than a crafted joke, but like this one lands a little bit better. I don't know. Maybe it's
Yeah, I don't know. The act out was just so good though.
yeah.
Hot people get to be pretty dumb because they're so hot. Hot people get to say dumb shit, and we're just like, yeah, right. You know what I'm talking about? They're like, do you want to go dance in the rain? And you're like, God, you're a free spirit. If an Uggo said that, you'd be like, shut up, you wet dog. No. It's pouring outside. Hots know they get to say some stupid shit. Because they know if you disagree with them, all they have to do is touch you. You ever been touched by a hot? You'll buckle immediately. You go, actually, I don't think that's right. You should look that up. And they go, no, it is. And you're like, I want to write you a poem. I'll kill for you. About 10, 12 years ago, I dated a woman, very whimsical. She was very whimsical. And I never disagreed with her. And one time we were leaving a diner in Queens, and we were going back to my apartment, and we had to go over an overpass over the highway. And we got to the top of the stairs of the overpass, and she looked back at me and she said, don't you ever feel like running? And then took off. I've never felt like running. And she did the whole, like, across the overpass, down the other side, gone. Couldn't find her. Terrifying. She was gone. I legitimately could not find her for 5 to 10 minutes. One of the most terrified I've ever been in my life. Because I was like, she's dead. And there is zero chance the NYPD is believing my story. Showing up being like, let me get this straight. You got to the top of the stairs. And this woman said, don't you feel like running? Yeah, we got him. Man, fucking kill her.
That's some good voice work there.
It's-
But yeah,
Yeah, he does have a very like distinct like voice as well. But yeah, I'm digging it so far. Like he's solid, like joke writing, good stage presence, and everything.
Yeah, he's definitely like he's confident but comfortable on stage, and he's got like it's not that like super crafted wittiness, but it's a little bit more just I guess relatable version of the last two guys that we've seen. Like it's
Seems
still
more road tested for sure.
Absolutely. And it's still like it relies on that same sort of physicality and voice work and sort of sound, but it's just seems a little bit more honed and a little bit more like well crafted and professional, even though the jokes are fairly kind of mundane or, you know, not necessarily the it's not like total wit. It's, you know, more closer to observational, but it definitely works a little bit better.
Yeah, the special is called On the Road. So
Yeah.
he's definitely been putting in his 10,000 hours.
True.
But I was jealous because she would always like, you know, she was comfortable naked. That's got to be cool. That's got to be so cool. Hot people, man, they get to just fucking enjoy it. They just get to have sex, come, and then be like, where do you want to eat, babe? I've never had sex without at least once being like, what is this? Who are you right now? This isn't you. You're a silly goose. And I'm sitting there being like, yeah, fuck yeah. Do you ever make a noise during sex and in your head you're like, what was that? I hate it. I talk shit to myself all the time during sex. I'll be like, oh, that feels so good. You're like, oh, does it feel so good? Does it feel so good? Shut the fuck up. Shut up, you idiot. You're sweating all over this poor girl. I thought that was going to calm down the older I got. It turns out it just gets worse. I'm 40, and it's not, I turned 40, was worried, but it's not bad. It's actually fun. Well, not all, it's harder to poop. But I'm less horny, and it's kind of nice. It's finally quiet. Since puberty, I've been dragged behind my dick like it was a runaway horse. You know? See big titties and you're like, ah! And now things are more settled, you know? But I like it. I think that's why men are all messed up in our teens and our 20s, is because we go from being little boys to creeps. Overnight. You know, one day you're just like a little boy that just wants to talk about dinosaurs to anyone that'll listen. You know, you're just cornering your parents' friends like,
Did you know the Stegosaurus was from the late Jurassic period and was a herbivore?
and you wake up the next day, you're like, I want pussy. All I want is pussy.
There's like a weird confidence to his performance here that's like he doesn't need to, it seems like he doesn't have feel the need to fill everything. Like the delivery is like specific and kind of slow, but like, you know, it's just a weird sort of pacing that like it's not going for laughs per minute, but that's not the point of it, sort of thing. Like it works in its own sort of confidence, and like he knows he's funny and doesn't have to like constantly convince you that he's funny, sort of thing.
Yeah, I think it's just like kind of relaxes the audience that way, where it's like, this guy knows where he's going. We're gonna get there eventually, but the confidence of it, and he's also not like tongue in cheek, like I don't know, like nodding the audience or laughing at his own setups as much, which is great.
Yeah, he's working blue, but it's not like it's not quite as disgusting, I guess, or as like off-putting as it is from
somehow it's Sam Tallent made it just seem a bit more off-putting, where I'm like, I feel kind of gross right now. Yeah. I mean, maybe it's what he was talking about earlier with the fucking pretty people being able to get away with more stuff. Like, good point.
Just a slightly more attractive person presenting these sort of ideas is a little bit more palatable than like a fucking troll on stage.
Touche.
Yeah. Speaking for the trolls in the audience myself, like
40 and I'm back to loving dinos, and it's great. A lot of good work being done in the paleontology world. Now, I still like sex, but if we're being honest, at the age of 40, you know what I like more than good sex? Good sleep. If my fiance was like, do you want to sleep for 9 hours uninterrupted? I'd be like, ooh, you fucking slut. Get over here. I'm going to hold you? A blowjob? What is this, 09? I'm trying to stuff a pillow in between my knees. That's how you get sex noises out of me at 40. Put that pillow there, I'm like, oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, my hips are lined up. It's easier to navigate when you're less horny. Life is just easier, you know, Instagram, way easier. I still look at butt models' pictures, but now it's just to read the comments. It's my favorite thing on social media. Comments on sexy photos. See some big oiled up butt outside of Miami. 413 comments. You're like, let's rock and roll. Because immediately it's just dudes being like, Mia Bella. Heart eye emojis. Or you see the guy that's like, I hope you had a great day today. You're like, ew. That's the horniest shit I've ever read in my life. Did you type that with your boner, you weirdo? Oh, I hope you had a great day. I bet. Go come and then come back with that same energy. I like Instagram because it'll tell on your friends for being horny. Instagram will be like, look at this fat ass. 35,000 people liked it. And Jeff. And you're like, Jeffrey! Because that's what happens. When you get too horny, you get in trouble. That's just, as a man, if it breaches the horny level, you're going to do something stupid. I almost lost my fiance during COVID. Not even to the virus. To a Bluetooth speaker. Yeah, if you've been in this situation, you know where this is going. I bought it. I brought the vampire into the house. I bought her a waterproof Bluetooth speaker so we could enjoy music in the shower. That was it. We both loved it, used it, had a great time. COVID hits. We're locked together for 7 weeks. By around week 5, you know, she's taken a pretty long shower. And I was in the living room and I was like, I could probably watch some adult entertainment. On my phone? What could go wrong? I can't imagine how jarring porn is.
Yeah. The sort of letting the audience finish the joke, but then going with it and continuing with it. It's interesting style. Like, again, it just kind of exudes confidence. Like, yeah, I'm going to let you think that through, but what I'm going to say is going to be probably funny, or at least funny enough.
Yeah.
Out of context. 100% out of context, that's got to be wild. She's washing her hair, singing along to SZA. And then instantly it's like, it's got to be a lot. And I have no idea how that feels. I do know how it feels to watch porn and not know where the volume is. That's the one I know, where you're like, what the fuck? This lady looks like she's screaming her head off. Just mushing on that up button, you know? Like, give me something, give me anything. Then through the wall, you hear just like, fuck me! You're like, no! No! You've been telling you guys that's making my pee hole snap shut.
It's definitely not where I thought he was going with that line of Bluetooth thing. I assumed we were going into the Howard Stern movie scene where the lady's riding the bass on the speaker.
Interesting.
But yeah, he, again, you know, letting the audience finish the joke and then giving them something that's actually better, which I enjoy. Or maybe I just have stupid referential mind and no one else was thinking that same thing, and I was thinking,
because they did like a similar bit in like the show or series Love with Paul Rust, where they had like basically the same situation, like watching porn, and it's connected to a Bluetooth speaker that's with people you don't want hearing you. So
Yeah, I feel like that's a very common occurrence. It's not quite airplane material trope, but it is at least a enough of a cultural touchstone that anyone can identify with it.
Right, and it acts as like a public service announcement to check
True.
your Bluetooth.
Yeah. Let's give them a little bit longer here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I heard it, and immediately I was like, run. Run. But I couldn't, because there was a virus in the sky killing motherfuckers. At that moment, I was like, just tell her the truth. Tell her the goddamn truth. And I went and stood outside that bathroom door. I was like, you're going to tell her the truth. Then that door opened, and I was like, hey, I opened an email, and verbatim what I said. She told me when it happened, she tried to manually turn it down on the speaker, but because I was hitting up, it just looked like I was bullying her with porn. I'm like, you're going to fucking listen to this shit. But she stayed, thank God. Thank God. We are getting married. I don't like calling her my fiance. I think that's too fancy of a word. I like calling her my wife-elect. Lets her know, I'm like, you got the votes, but you haven't been sworn in. No policy changes quite yet. One of my best friends just got married. All my friends are married and got kids now, but my best friend just got married in Guatemala and invited me to really test the friendship. That's... Sorry, but you're two whites from Colorado and you're going to make me go to Guatemala? I was worried we were going to have to do those photos that white people love to do where all the groomsmen have to subtly act like we want to fuck the bride in all the photos. You know which one I'm talking about? Where like she has her leg across four of us and we're all holding a piece with our sunglasses down. Like, are we about to gangbang this bitch?
Yeah. And on that note, I think we're gonna call it there.
That's so good.
Yeah, decent. Like I said, a much better stage presence there, but I feel like it's sort of inevitable, but or at least self evident, I guess. But who's your favorite?
I would say the last one, Dan Soder, was definitely my favorite. Although I did like some of like Sam Tallent's some of his jokes when he wasn't getting too graphic for my tastes. But yeah, for me, Dan Soder was the clear winner in terms of like, this is what I consider stand-up club comedy.
Now this is stand-up volume 8.
Exactly.
Yeah. Obviously, I definitely agree. He had the confidence, the best stage presence, the sort of best crafted jokes. Unintentional sort of theme here. We did have, 3 dudes that were mostly reliant upon their energy and their presence more so than like actually crafted jokes. But like of the 3, I think Dan here did it the best. They're like on paper similar styles, although they're very different personalities and different energies, but like the actual style of comedy that they were performing was pretty similar across all 3. So I think it like gave us a decent sort of look at the sort of spectrum of what that type of comedy can be. And like, obviously there's a lot of personal taste that goes into things like that. But yeah, again, maybe we just weren't drunk enough for Sam's talents. But yeah, he just definitely Dan. Yeah, definitely Dan.
I imagine I'll end up catching a clip of like Sam Tallent like talking about a specific topic or issue, and then I'll find him like very funny, I'm guessing. But from a special perspective, I'm like, yeah, it wasn't carrying me along as much.
Yeah, I mean,
he's not a funny man.
Neither of the other 2, Nick Swardson or Sam Tallent, were like horrible. I mean, they're, definitely polished. Well, not polished is a weird word there, but they have a lot of stage time, and they they have their act together, and they know what they're doing. It's just there's definitely levels to it, or levels to the connection with me specifically as an audience, I guess. But yeah, definitely gravitate towards the Dan Soder version of this type of comedy.
Absolutely. And yeah, I would love to hear what you as a watcher, listener think. Who'd you like best? Who should we also check out for our next episode? So definitely subscribe, like, comment. We'll check it all out. And, we'll be sure to add any recommendations into the show to tear down as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. Make sure you're making those comments on the videos. You can email us, I believe, at standupteardown@gmail.com if you want. Let us know what we did wrong, what we did right. Subscribe to our stuff, and check out the rest of these specials. Their links will be in the thing below. If you totally disagreed with us, or maybe you guys can find the portions that were actually funny with some of these guys and prove us wrong and tell us where to look here. But yeah, from what we're seeing, this is obviously our first look at a lot of these things. So let us know what you think and where we were wrong. But yeah, thanks for joining us, I guess.
Sit down, it's time to read between the punchlines. They set 'em up, we knock 'em down. Why heckle at the show when you can heckle from the comfort of your own home? It's the Stand-Up Teardown, conducting comedy autopsies. The Stand-Up Teardown now. Who'll be killed? Bit by bit, beat by beat, set a punch, repeat. They set 'em up, we knock 'em down. 2-drink minimum, it's the Stand-Up Teardown, conducting comedy autopsies. The Stand-Up Teardown, yeah, it's the Stand-Up Teardown, punching up, down, left, right, line by line. It's the Stand-Up Teardown.